Well, it may not feel like it right now, but believe it or not, the end of summer is just weeks away, and that means it's time to start getting your plants and flowers ready for the fall, including your crepe myrtles. Maybe you have one you need to care for, or maybe you've always wanted one. Well, here to help guide us is gardening expert Jenny Rosenkrantz with the University of Maryland Extension Office. Jenny, as always, welcome.
Thank you.
Surrounded by all of these crepe myrtles. So let's start off. For those people may notice that our plants are looking a little bit like this, our crepe myrtles.
Yes.
The buds are starting to fall off, the blooms are starting to fall off.
Right.
So what do we need to do this time of year to care for them?
Actually, super glue isn't going to keep them on, even though somebody mentioned
Yeah,
that.
Jimmy mentioned super glue.
Good idea.
Well, we thought so too. But anyways, in the fall, what we need to do is make sure that they get adequate water so they can go through the winter, and that's really important. And I also like to give a little bit of fertilizer in the fall, because that way they'll utilize the fertilizer with the water, and then they'll go ahead and be able to make even more flower buds for next springtime, which is really important because
Right.
they love it. You should always plant these in full sun. That is the probably most important thing. I get so many people calling, why are my crepe myrtles not in bloom? I said, are they in full sun? Well, no.
Yeah, they need the full sun. Okay, so some of us already have crepe myrtles.
Yes.
Maybe we're thinking about getting crepe myrtles, never had them before. So what do we need to remember? This is a good time to plant them,
This
right?
is an excellent time to plant them, because there's a lot of plants that have a very fibrous root system. They get very well established in the fall.
Fibrous, what do you mean by fibrous?
Lots of little teeny roots. If you have
Okay.
a plant like a tree that has real stringy roots, they actually like to be planted in the springtime, because at that point they're actively growing. But a plant that has fibrous root systems, they love fall because there's no competition.
Or diffused root system.
diffused roots, right, that's true.
And fertilizing in the fall is important?
Fertilizing in the fall is good because, again, there's no competition with the roots and the flowers. So what they could do is all the fertilizer goes into the roots, and the roots pick it up and utilize it so that they can go ahead and send it to the leaves when they need it, and the flowers when they need it, and the seeds when they need it. So it's all a good deal.
And the extra moisture, of
Yes,
course, that
and
we
extra moisture,
have.
right.
All right. So you say crepe myrtles come in all shapes.
Oh, they do.
And we have them here.
Yes, yeah. So many people think that they plant a crepe myrtle because they like the flower color, and then
Right.
it gets way too big, and then they commit crepe murder, chopping it off at the head. You know, it's like, oh,
I've done
Lord.
that.
Yeah. Oh, so many of my friends have it. I'm like, you can't do that. But anyways,
Yeah.
the thing to do is when you're going shopping for it, yes, look for the color, because it comes in all these different colors. But they come in different sizes. You can have like a dwarf. This is a dwarf. This guy only gets to be 3 to 4 feet high at the max, and that's good because you can go ahead and keep it pruned if you want to a little bit, but you don't ever really have to touch it.
Right. And we want to mention again, you know, these guys still have lost a lot of their flowers and
But they're
everything because
still
of the time of the year, but they're in good shape.
Oh yeah, and they're going to continue blooming for a little bit longer. so.
Okay. And then this one right here?
This is what they call an intermediate, so it only gets to be like 8 feet tall, which is not too bad. And again, that's great for if you want something that's going to be a small tree or a large shrub. And then this guy over here, that's basically going to be a tree, and it can get to be 10 to 15 feet tall. And we actually have some that are even taller, the 23 to 30 feet tall, like my Natchez is a white blooming one,
Yeah.
absolutely huge. I love it. I absolutely love it, and it gives you shade.
Right. So you
Yeah.
have your 2 to 4 feet, which
Right.
are the small,
Right.
semi-dwarf, 5 to 12, intermediate, 3 to 20,
Right.
and tall, 23 to 30, which we couldn't fit in the studio.
Exactly. I was going to try to bring it in, but really.
Okay. And then with sizes and shapes, we also have different colors.
Oh my gosh, like this is really a cool one. This is a new variety. This is called Burgundy cotton, and it's supposed to be white, hence the cotton, but there's a lot of red in it too, which is really kind of neat. But there are the ones that are pure red, and then you have all the different lavender ones, and you have this is like a real dark purpley ones, and then you have pink from a light pink, clear pink, dark pink, coral pink, to the reds. Oh, it's just, you know, there's a color for everybody out
Yeah,
there.
I think purple is my favorite.
There you go. They have light lavender, and dark purple.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, let's talk about regular care and maintenance for crepe myrtles.
Again, just full sun. Once they're fully established, like when you first plant them, you need to water them 2 to 3 times a week in the very, very beginning. If the temperature is really high, then you want to make sure that you water them deeply. These guys are water junkies because they've been in a nursery and they've been watered every day.
Okay.
So you need to kind of get them back into the real world of, let's go back to, you know, reality 2 to 3 times, and then as the leaves start to fall off, you can cut back on watering. And in the springtime, though, go back to the 2 to 3 times a week all through the first year. After that, you can go ahead and let them grow, and they're going to do fine.
All right, and real quickly, there's other plants other than crepe myrtles that this is a good time to plant?
Yes, yes. So any type of tree or shrub that has a really good root system, a real diffuse root system, is fabulous.
Dogwoods, maples.
Yes, right. Maples are super. Oaks maybe like in the fall.
All right,
Yes.
Jenny, as always, great information and beautiful flowers. And if you would like to learn more about caring for crepe myrtles, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, stocking up for the winter is easy and fun for one group of ladies. We'll introduce you to the local canning group and find out why preserving summer food is a great way to preserve a lasting relationship. And when you can your own food, you know what's going in it. But do you know what it means when store-bought food labels say gluten-free? We'll learn what gluten is, plus how a little creativity can help you go gluten-free. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.